This has to be one of the best dimmer switches I've ever come across. So turn it on and check this out. Slide my finger down, dims it down, slide it up, brightens it up, and you can turn it off, simple as that. Not only that, it's smart. So stick around for the rest of the unboxing to see it in action. Hi there, today we're unboxing a dimmable touch switch. So this particular one is by a company called Enerj. Details are in the description below for anyone thinking of purchasing. Let's take a quick look around the packaging. So it comes in a small box with a picture of the actual switch here. Some details here, obviously it's dimmable, works with Amazon Alexa and the Google Home. Comes with a 2-year warranty. Some info there, so stepless touch and details of the supported bulbs there. Coming around the side, got some specification details on there. So input power is 100 to 240 volts AC, 50 to 60 Hertz. Dimmable control, inductive load, 220 watts max. Resistive load, incandescent, 300 watts. Communication, so it only works on 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. Control channel 1. Standby power is less than half a watt. Working temperature is minus 10 degrees to 45 degrees. Working humidity is less than 90%. Button life and dimensions. Coming around here, they've got customer helpline, some details on installing multi-language there, and info on the app required with this. Nothing more to it. So let's open it up and see what you get in the packaging. Okay, so I've laid out all the items you get in the packaging, so let me quickly go through them one by one. Bag containing 2 screws, and they'll be used for attaching the switch to a back box. Next, you have a setup guide, details all in English in this. And just to highlight, looking at the circuit diagram here, just to confirm, it does require a neutral cable. Next, the light switch. So build-wise, it feels very good, strong plastic finish around it, matte finish all the way around. Just to show, there's a slight recess on there, and at the angle you can see the button. And in terms of pressing, feels okay. And coming around the other side, you can see some details there. So model number, input voltage, output voltage on there, stating indoor dry location use only. Then the terminals here. So you've got live, you've got switched live, ground and neutral on there. Now in terms of installing, there's a plate on here. So that needs to be removed. Put your screwdriver in and just pop it off. There you go. That comes off. Coming around here, that's what you're presented with. So you can see some pins that sit into position there, and that provides the controllability on there. There's some circuitry behind here. Now looking at the thickness at the back, you will need a back box which is a little bit over 2.5 centimeters. So it does come in at 2.5 centimeters, which obviously do be careful if you do purchase it, only in case you need to change your existing back box. Initial impressions, it seems good from what I can see. Now, looking at the diagram in the instructions, and I've already mentioned this already, you need a neutral wire going to your light switch. Now, if you don't have a neutral wire, there's no point in proceeding with this. And if you wanted this to work in your property, if you didn't have a neutral wire, get an electrician in and get them to wire this up. So what I've done as a prototype setting, just to demonstrate this functionality, I've looked at the diagram and I've set up some wiring just to demonstrate this. So I've taken a cable with a 3-pin plug on there, wired it into this junction. There's a cable going to this light here and some wiring going to the switch, exactly like how it's shown on the wiring diagram. So I've got my live and neutral going in there, and I've got my switched live going to one end of the light bulb and the other end, the neutral end, going to the neutral connection on the junction. Now I've secured the switch onto the box and I've covered up the junction after you've seen it. Now I've plugged in the 3-pin plug as well so we can test this out. So in the off position, you can see a dim light just over here. And if I now press the button, the light turns on. Now that level there indicates the brightness level. So what's actually surprised me about this switch is if I touch it, it brightens up. So really impressed by this functionality. I didn't really expect this. I actually thought you'd have to be repeatedly pressing the buttons to get this going. So really nice functionality and very soft control as well. And just to show, if I get it on maximum and now press the button, it stays at the point of how bright it's going to be. Now if I just do this, nothing will happen. So obviously you've got to turn it on and then you can adjust the brightness. It's a really nice interface. I'm very impressed by that. So without an app configured, you can actually use it as a standard dimmer switch to dim your light. Let's make a start at setting up this dimmer switch. So I'm at my Android phone. If I go to the Play Store and we search for Enerj Smart, this is the app we're after. So let me click install and give it a moment. Now the app's installed, let me click open. This is what we're presented with. So the next thing to do is register an account. So if I click here, it's got a privacy policy there. If I agree to that, and let me enter in my details and register an account off camera. I've registered my account and I've entered my details in, so let me click login. So this is what we're initially presented with. So if I click on the plus here and we select switch Wi-Fi, now we need to put the switch in a position where it's flashing. So you can see there's nothing flashing on here at all. So if I now hold on to the button, and there you go, you can see the light flashing away now. Now, if I click confirm indicator rapidly blink, now we've got a message saying allow Enerj Smart to access this device's location. We'll go for allow only while using the app. So now if I go back for a moment, go back in, click confirm, there you go, Wi-Fi is now selected. Next, let me enter in my Wi-Fi password off camera. Okay, so I've entered in my Wi-Fi password, let me click confirm. This app is supported only on 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi channels. Please retry. Okay, so if I continue that, I know the channel does support 2.4 gigahertz. So let's give it a moment. There you go, the device is added in. So if I now click done, go straight in. So let me come out for a moment. And this is what you initially see. So Enerj Smart dimmable switch. There's a shortcut to turn it on and off. You can see it come on very dimly. Let's go into dimmable switch now. So if I click there, and this is what the interface you're presented with. If I click on that, light turns off, light turns on. If I click over here, you've got the control to make it brighter and dimmer. It's a nice dimming control there. I like the functionality available on this. Let's go back from there. And again, that will give you a clear indication what it's like. Now, if I click in the corner here, standard options you'll see with most of these smart devices. So you can modify the name here, device location, then you've got check the network, third-party control supported here. So these are the ones. Then we have share devices, so you can share with other people, create a group, so you can group multiple devices together. Device info will be IP address and MAC address details. Then you have help and feedback, check for firmware update, remove device, and restore factory defaults. Coming back from there, if I click on settings, select type of your lamp. So if I click there, LED incandescent CFL lamp. So you can flick between the different ones so the system knows the type you've put in. If I go back from there, set the minimum brightness of the dimmer. Please set the minimum brightness of your lamp and try to dim your lamp. If the lamp is flashing or turning off, increase the brightness until it works well. Okay, so that's good functionality. So if your bulb can't handle certain levels, you can set the minimum. So quite nice, they've got that. If I go back from there, coming down the bottom, you've got a timer option. So this is where you can set timers for the light to come on and off at different times. So if I click add schedule, you can set the time you want, repeat. So this will be the days you want it to come on, and then switch. If I click here, on or off. So that's the options available. Coming back from there, back again, and that's all you have. So very simple to set up, as you've seen, and nice bit of functionality. Even the fact that if your bulb has certain levels of support regarding minimum brightness, you can adjust the app to accommodate that. So excellent bit of functionality in there. So now let me drop down here, turn off my Wi-Fi, give it a moment. It's connected to 4G, and now if I press the button here, it turns off and turns on. So no additional changes to make on my router, works seamlessly. All you need is an internet connection and no ports required to be opened on your router. Excellent functionality. Next thing I wanted to show was the fact that this dimmer switch does work with both SmartLife and Tuya. So I've got the SmartLife app here. If I click on there, you can see the other smart products I've got. If I now click on the plus, and then we select switch Wi-Fi. Next, we need to confirm the device is flashing, so which it is just over here. So I can click confirm indicator rapidly blink. Next, you need to enter in your Wi-Fi password. Mine's already cached in, so if I click confirm, let's give it a moment. And there you go, added in. So if I click done, and you're presented with the same interface as before. Now looking here, you've got the shortcut option available, so I can turn the light off, turn it on. If I go in there, go into the settings here, you can see all the options available, identical. Coming in settings there, also that's available and that's the same. Coming down the bottom, looking at timer details. So a slight variation from the Enerj app, you can place a note against the item and get a notification when it's executed. And coming back, you've got the dimming option there, so exactly the same. So only difference slightly is when you schedule the timer. Next, let me show the smart functionality available on this dimmer switch. So this functionality will be available on both the Enerj Smart app and SmartLife together with Tuya. So looking at the bottom, we've got Smart, and looking here, you can see tap to run and automation. And if I click on the plus, when the device status changes, if I select that, and then you can see the switch there. So there's the options you have available in here. So on, off, brightness, you can have a threshold on that to say less than, equal to, or greater than, and then set the value. Then you've got minimum brightness, same thing again, conditional statement and the value on there. And you've got a ability to move this along manually. And then type of light source, so LED, incandescent, and halogen. Coming back, and if I just selected on, so if the switch turns on, so this is the action you want to execute. So you can say, for instance, if it turns on, switch it straight off. Brightness wise, you can get the brightness set to a certain level straight away. Minimum brightness, you can adjust that as well. And type of light source, you can amend that as well. So the way this could work is if you had it linked up to a PIR sensor, someone walked into the room, you could actually get the light coming on. So excellent bit of functionality available on this. Okay, so next I'm going to show how to get this device working with both the Google Home and the Amazon Alexa. So I'm at my app here, and what I've done, I've renamed the switch to bedroom dimmer. Now if I come back, let's start with the Google Home. So if I click on the Home app, let's click over here in the corner, go to Assistant Settings, Assistant, Home Control, click on the plus, and we want to search for the service called SmartLife. I've already got it added in, so if you haven't, add it in, it'll ask for credentials. If you're using the Enerj app or SmartLife or even Tuya, enter those credentials in, and then it will attempt to link in with the service. Once it's linked in, if I come back, and now if I scroll down, there you go, bedroom dimmer. So you've got shortcut options on there. Click it to turn off, click it again, and it turns on. If I go in there, you'll see dimming option available. So I can adjust it from here. Yeah, it's come back, there you go. Simple as that to change, and it's nice having it under a single interface. So if you had multiple different smart devices, if you all had it under Google Home, you can just go to a single interface to control it all. Now if I go to settings, you can rename it here if you wanted to. Coming back from there, you've got the fact it's linked to SmartLife. And if I go back, you can add to room as well. And now if I unmute my Google Home,
the microphone is back on.
I can say, turn off bedroom dimmer.
Sure, turning off the bedroom dimmer.
Turn on bedroom dimmer.
Sure, turning on the bedroom dimmer.
Change bedroom dimmer brightness to 1%.
Okay, setting the bedroom dimmer brightness to 1%.
Set bedroom dimmer brightness to 40%.
Okay, setting the bedroom dimmer brightness to 40%.
There you go. Simple as that to set up with the Google Home and easy to control via voice control. Next, let me show how to get this device working with the Amazon Alexa. So if I go to the Alexa app here, click in the corner, go to Skills and Games, and we want to search for SmartLife. That's the skill. If I click on that, mine's already enabled. If yours not, obviously click on it. Then it will ask for your credentials. Once you've entered those in, it'll attempt to link in with the skill. And once it's linked in, if you then click on Devices, and I click on Lights, and you can see it there, bedroom dimmer. So if I click on the shortcut here, I can turn it off. Click it again, turn it on. Click on there. I can adjust the brightness. It's the same as the Google Home, nice functionality available directly from the app. Click on settings here and I can rename it from here, and it states the fact that it's linked in with SmartLife. Coming back, and you can create routines to work with it. So now if I unmute my Alexa, I can say turn off bedroom dimmer.
Okay.
Turn on bedroom dimmer.
Okay.
Change bedroom dimmer brightness to 20%.
Okay.
Change bedroom dimmer brightness to 100%.
Okay.
There you go. As simple as that to control via voice control with the Amazon Alexa, and as you saw, very simple to set up. Okay, so you've seen the unboxing and setup of this dimmable touch switch. Excellent functionality from this switch. The fact you can touch control it, I really like that functionality, and obviously turn it on and off. Can control it remotely via the app. You can use obviously their own app or SmartLife and Tuya with this as well. Keep in mind with this switch, you do require a neutral wire. If you don't have it, get an electrician in and get that neutral wire fitted. Don't attempt to do this yourself. All in all, I think Enerj's done really good with this switch. The fact you can touch control it and a really nice feel to it. So there you go. I hope it's helped anyone thinking of purchasing this. Details are in the description below. Thanks for viewing, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.